It's winter in New Mexico, and I'm tackling challenging trail conditions, exploring interesting things along the way, as well as going through some of the most scenic backcountry anywhere. Come along as we travel to a place that will have you believing you are on another planet.
Hey friends, thanks for joining us on another adventure, where each new day is the day we make.
Welcome back, guys, and thanks for joining me. We are here in New Mexico, heading to one of the best places, I think. It's so amazing. The geological features are incredible, and it's just such a unique place, and I'm pretty sure you're going to love it too. We begin this journey in the Cibola National Forest. The snow has begun to melt, creating conditions that constantly change, from water to mud to snow and ice. These conditions have me on edge. I'm solo on this trip, and there have been almost no people out here the last few weeks. One thing that kept my mind off of that was the amazingly clear skies and the spectacular scenery. Remnants of an old homestead or some kind of structures. This one's not far off the road, and then there's another one out there. Yeah, the trail isn't difficult at all, but it is most definitely sloppy. It's the rig is quite a mess. But that's how it goes. All right, go see what else we can find here. It wasn't long before the trail conditions worsened and the going got a lot slower. The dry mud that had been slung up to my roof was constantly falling and raining down on the Jeep. That part of the trail was something. Sloppy. We are at 8,100 feet, but the temperature has risen to 44 degrees, so it's slow going, but it's going, so we'll take that. Once gaining enough elevation, we left the mud behind and started to climb higher, where we encountered snow and ice. Wow, that's pretty. I decided to take this side road to get a better look at the canyon, but I almost immediately regretted it because it was very slippery and it was on a shelf. This is probably a mistake.
Once back on the main route, the snow increased tremendously. Snow, mud, and ice eventually subsided, and we found ourselves back on solid ground.
Got some beautiful horses here. Hey guys. Oh, you don't want to talk? They don't want to talk. You guys are gorgeous. How are you? Hi, beautiful. Yeah. Well, you are just awesome. Yes, you are. Yeah, you're beautiful. Yeah. So beautiful. And this is your friend? Hello, friend. No, you're not so friendly. You're not so friendly. You guys are curious, huh? Yeah. Well, nice chatting with you.
I was nearing the area I had planned to camp at. I was excited to stay in this area because I love the seclusion and, in addition, the landscape. I've always loved these old windmills and always stop to take a look at them whenever I can.
nice and quiet and peaceful. Beautiful campsite. Just enjoying what is going to be a remarkable sunset. Moon's up. I'm hoping those wild horses come by. They were out here last time I was out here. So they've stayed around when I was here a couple days. The last time I was here, they hung around, kind of moving around the area. So maybe we'll see them tomorrow. Good morning, guys. It's a chilly morning this morning. I'm frosty as expected, but it is beautiful. Sun is out. Skies are relatively clear. Got a little buildup over here, but overall I think it's going to be a perfect day to go out and explore. So what we're going to do is just get packed up here and hit the trail. All right, it's a beautiful day. We broke camp. It's only 8 o'clock, and kind of got to backtrack a little bit here, but one nice thing about this time of the day is the ground is going to be pretty much frozen. So I'm hoping that that's going to make it easier to get out of here than it was to get in. There's a couple cars down in this culvert. I wonder if you went throughout this these deserts, man. Like how many cars are in these washes and culverts like this? Pretty cool. Well, the roads aren't terrible. It's definitely getting softer as we're going, with the ground warming up. So, trying to beat the sun.
Arriving at the area where the formations are, I couldn't wait to get out there. Along the way, the ground had already begun to soften due to the heat of the early morning.
Well, aren't you just beautiful? Don't know if I'll even be able to get to you if I can. All this mud.
I was surprised to see this lone wild horse and how it didn't mind my presence at all.
Hello, friend. Isn't this special? You are just gorgeous. Thank you for coming to say hello. Yes. You want to walk with me? Yeah, you got a nice spot here. This is beautiful territory you have. Let's go check it out. Well, you're welcome to come along. See you, buddy.
She decided to come along with me after all.
Well, this has been one of the highlights of my trip so far, being this close to one of the wild horses out here. So cool. It's a bit sloppy getting out here this time of the year, but it's so worth it. This is, I mean, where are you gonna go to get views like this and be in this kind of terrain? I mean, not many places. Definitely not the only place, but and the one advantage to this time of the year too is there's really nobody out here. There's some challenges for sure, but you definitely kind of have it to yourself. Well, we've managed to make our way down off the perilous slope over there. Things are so slick. But we're down here on the flats now, and it's just beautiful. this stuff just goes on and on and on. So what do you guys think about my analogy of Alice in Wonderland meets Dune? You think that's pretty accurate? I don't know, when I see this, those two things just come to my mind. How just unusual and bizarre and unique all of this is. It's a shame to think that one day most of these won't be here. This guy fell off of this perch here. Yeah, season to season, probably more of these topple over. To where they're no longer suspended like they are. That's funny. Somebody out here just decided to go barefoot. Forget the shoes. Might not be such a bad idea. Well, that was a fantastic trek out to one of my favorite places in all of New Mexico. And it has a lot of places because New Mexico is just unbelievable. Now we're just making our way back to the rig now. And I think we're gonna set camp, get some charging done. And man, it was what a treat to get to see the wild horse this morning. That made my day.
Hey everyone, want to get even more involved with our community and support what we do? Join us on Patreon. You'll get access to exclusive content like behind the scenes footage, early access to videos, members only live streams, and a chance to connect with us directly. Plus, your support helps us to continue to create the content you love.